On this episode of the Procedurally Generated Show, Ethan finishes the dawning and Tony plays golf. We play some games and we answer your questions. Well, howdy, hey everybody. Welcome to the Procedurally Generated Show. I'm your host, Tony, and joining me this week, I've got Ethan.
It's like, of course I'm going to join you this week, but what about next week?
I mean, you might not join me one week.
I think you've only done one episode without me.
That sounds
and that was about a year ago.
And those episodes are never good. So, I don't want to have to do it by myself.
I think it was like 18 minutes. It was just you alone. I felt so bad.
It's one. Eventually, I might be able, if I did them long enough, I could do episodes by myself. But I like to have somebody to talk to. I don't like to just talk to the mic with nobody to respond.
I know. I don't see how like a bunch of YouTubers do that with. Like, I watch a lot of Markiplier and 8-Bit Ryan. I don't know how they just pander to an audience that isn't there until later and it's not live. And it's like, how do you do this? How do you have the energy for that?
I couldn't be a solo streamer.
I've tried. I get bored like 2 seconds after I hit the button. It's like, well, I'm just gonna play a game.
Yeah, it's one of I just feel like I'm talking to myself, and that just is weird.
I'm sure if I did it more often, I would think less crazy of it. I guess if that makes sense the way I'm phrasing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very much, I like to be a part of a group, even if 2 people, 3 people, whatever. I work much better that way.
Yeah, that's why I like to stream when like Jason or Cole or Stuart are online. It's like, yeah, hey, let's stream something.
Yeah. So, well,
Oh, by the
there's no
way,
news to talk about.
yeah, there's no news, but I do want to ask Tony what he got for Christmas.
Well, let's see. I got some pretty cool stuff. I got the third of the big Zelda, like the Hyrule Historia thing. I got the third one of those that I was missing.
Cool.
So I'm going to be looking through that because it's the blue one that just has tons and tons of information about enemies and items and games, and it's not anything specific to one thing. It's like
Just lore based on each
they
thing.
took all of the Zelda lore from everything that they've ever done and crammed it into one book, and that is my kind of thing.
Well, they crammed it into 3 different books.
Well, yeah. But then they took everything that was left over after that and crammed it into this one book. So, I got a new watch because my watch had disappeared a long time ago.
Cool. I mean,
Uh,
getting a new one. Sad about the old one.
yeah, it just disappeared. But I have fallen in love with wooden watches, so I got a new wooden watch that's made out of zebra wood.
How many zebras did you have to cut down to make it?
Like 4, I think.
Not
So,
bad. Not bad.
it's made by this company called Bobo Bird, which I've never heard of before. But I made the mistake of going onto their website a couple days after Christmas. Oh my gosh, there's so many watches on there that I want now.
I'm looking at their site now.
And they specialize in like wooden watches and they've got tons of different
Oh, these are pretty.
designs, and yeah, they're really really nice. And then the thing that has sort of induced a ton of mini panic attacks this week since Christmas, I got a new wallet.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out your wallet situation every time you've shown me that.
So it's really let's see, the company, have you heard of the Ridge wallet?
I think I have. Wasn't that like
Well,
a Kickstarter thing a while back?
I think so. And this wallet is similar to that. It's basically a card holder with a money clip on it. That's held together by a bunch of elastic bands. It's made of carbon fiber, and it's got RFID protection, so I don't have to worry about anybody trying to scan my pants and steal my card information. But
Okay. Okay, so that confirms what I kind of thought you had was something like a Ridge wallet. Then.
Yeah, it's similar to that. It's not a Ridge wallet, but it's the
Right,
same
right.
type of thing. But it's too small to fit in my back pocket where I've carried a wallet for like 30 years. And so I carry it in my front pocket. And every time I reach back there to see if my wallet is in my pocket, it's not there. And then I have to remember that it's in my front pocket now. So,
That would. That's what 30 years of habit just
yeah,
being
it
fought
is.
against there.
I'm having to fight against 30 years of having something in my back pocket. And now those pockets are empty. I guess I could put something else back there now.
Put something back there and you can pull it out. And it says your wallet's in your front pocket every time. So yeah, okay, thanks, note. Put it back in there.
So, uh, that's more or less the stuff that I got. Oh, and I got a little handmade bracelet that my 6-year-old daughter made me. It's
Oh, that's awesome.
made out of a pipe cleaner and some beads.
I mean, it doesn't get any more awesome than that, man.
That's true. That's true. What about you?
Well, I did talk about the games I got uh, from last week because
Yeah,
I'd
because
had
you
my
had Christmas early.
yeah, which worked out way in my favor since I was sick, actually on Christmas. So yay! But actually, I mentioned in the pre-show that I got some books from Jason. Thank you, Jason. Even though you're probably not going to listen to this, and if you do, well, why'd you wait so long to listen to it? And but I got two different boxes in the mail from Jason. Earlier in the week, or I think it was just before Christmas, I got a box from Jason, and it had a copy of Xenosaga Episode 3 in the box. I have 1 and 2. I've been having trouble finding 3. This is a PS2 game, so
Hmm.
there's that as well. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Thanks, Jason. And I open it up, and I see disc 2. I don't see disc 1.
Oh no.
And I was like, okay, I think I know what's going on. And I start reading the card he put in there, and there was a conversation we had where he mentioned doing something like that to someone else. He's like, would that be a jerk move? I was like, kinda. I mean, it really depends on the situation, but he wasn't talking about someone else. He was talking to me about doing the joke to me. So that was
Yeah.
good on him. And I was like, crap. Now I gotta find disc 1 of this game somewhere. So I kind of looked around online for that. In the meantime, I get this other box. It's got some novels in it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Thanks, Jason. I wasn't expecting a second set of stuff. And I'm looking at the novels, and I own 2 of them already. So that's we're having a good laugh over that I already own these. And then I open one of them up, and it's disc 1 for
Oh, nice.
Xenosaga. It's like, all right, we're good now. I don't have to try to find someone else's disc 1.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Oh, and I forgot. I did get a couple of books as well. Um, the Star Wars as Shakespeare series. They've done
Oh yeah,
all 8 of the movies that were out up to this point. I now have episodes 1 through 8, and as soon as episode nine's book comes out, I'll have to get that, and I'll have the full set of the entire Star Wars saga rewritten as a William Shakespeare play.
yeah. You've mentioned that a few times over the years we've been doing podcasts.
Hmm.
Awesome to hear that they're like still doing the new movies.
Yeah, yeah. I was worried they maybe weren't, but he actually has decided to go ahead and do the entire 9 run trilogy. There's no Solo, no Rogue
I
One.
was about to ask you, do you have any plans for those?
Not that I know of. So, but I will have the entire 9 movie run of Star Wars as Shakespeare plays. I would love to see like some properly trained Shakespearean stage actors do these on stage. I think that would be fantastic.
Probably. I mean, it might be a little weird, but it'd probably be really good.
Oh, well, it would be a little weird for sure, but I think it would be fun to watch.
It would probably be better than cats.
Probably. So, yeah. But have you had a chance to play any games this week over the holiday?
Last week I talked about the dawning happening on Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I finished it.
Okay.
I never want to see the dawning happen again.
No?
Never.
Well, it'll happen again, won't
Oh,
it?
yeah, I will.
Yeah.
What happened was, okay, last year, dawning happened, and we got a special sparrow. We had to make so many cookies to appease our, uh, what's her name? Eva from the tower area of the game.
Hmm.
Uh, Elderly lady. She just shows up for holiday events now. She's just there. And so last year she was like, "Here, have this sparrow in your easy bake oven. Now go and kill these enemies, get these items, make these cookies." It was like make up to 100 cookies, and you unlock all three perks on that sparrow.
Yeah.
It's your in-game hovering motorcycle deal. For those who don't know, what it is, it give you like unlock the ability for instant summon to have it throw glimmer out behind you and stuff, that sort of thing. It was like some neat little upgrades, and they're only active during the dawning. I think I got it on like the last day last year, so it didn't do me any good really.
Hmm.
This year, people that did it last year, uh, they got all the perks for that to carry over from last year, so their sparrows were still awesome. And the number of cookies you had to make was reduced because you had already made like 100 cookies last year. So you're already done with most of the steps on that. So that's good. And Bungie, in their intelligence, decided, you know what? Let's make them make 300 cookies this year.
Oh my gosh.
It, it wouldn't be so bad, but I got done making 200 cookies, and it's like, okay, here's another step, make another 100 cookies. And that's where I kind of just died a
That's
little inside.
that's when you say no, Bungie. You can keep your stinking cookies.
I kind of wanted to say that. Anyway, found the best way to get cookies on there was to I just kept grinding oh, what's it called, strikes, because it was just rush the strike, finish it, be done with it, and you're looking at 17, about 17 essence, the main ingredient you're going to need for every cookie.
Hmm.
And so I did well over 100 strikes in 3 days.
Nice.
And this is like only the second week of the event. Third week as of this recording going public. So I think there's still like another week left after this. So I'm done really early. I have all these other perks on the new Sparrow, which isn't as good, and I don't really care. I'm never going to use it, so yay.
Well, that's just mean.
Sorry.
Please don't die.
I'm trying not to. I muted the recording side of that. Um, so yeah, I'm not going to bore you with any Destiny stuff. In fact, the footage on the screen is not of Destiny, but instead of the Messenger, because I finally got around to finishing the Picnic Panic DLC.
Did you?
Yes, and that was pretty good. That is a short, fun little DLC, and it's got some challenging stuff on there. But I mean, if you're good at the main game, you're gonna have no trouble with that stuff, and you might find it a little more challenging, but that's about it.
Yeah. I still need to play this game.
Oh, it's so good. You need to. The final boss fight on there was fantastic. It goes from you're just playing like a Ninja Gaiden clone essentially. You get to the
Hmm.
final boss, and it go it goes full on Punch Out, like behind the back, and you're dodging left and right, and you only have left punch and right punch, and you have a super meter that's building up the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh man! And you activate the super meter, and uh, if you're a fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you go full on Aura Aura on the final boss, and then hit him with like a power shot. It's really great. Uh, I kind of hope they have more DLC in the future. And part of the perk of the DLC was getting all the collectibles. I think the first game had a bunch of coins. This game had mask parts to find to build a tiki mask,
Yeah.
and I got it all the pieces and went and activated the thing. And apparently, the tiki mask is it's a living mask, and they based its personality on Jim Carrey from The Mask. So as soon as you summon him, you would if you're familiar with the mask, he goes smoking, and in this one, since it's tiki and beach related, he goes soaking, and then he just tells really bad jokes.
Great.
But the perk he gives is in you go into New Game Plus, you can talk to him right away, and you'll have all your stuff that carried over from the main game, and
Okay.
he will. New Game Plus is already difficult, but he makes it a little more bearable, but with a major drawback if you talk to him and agree to the terms. He takes away your ability to he puts into hardcore mode. In other words, you die, it's game over. Instead of getting a second
Yeah.
chance getting rescued by your little greed demon friend. So he doubles your life, increases your attack power. So if you're really good, you shouldn't have to worry about anything other than uh, getting crushed or falling into a pit,
Yeah.
which those are possibilities.
Yeah. But if you die, that is it.
That is it. It doesn't save any data at all. It's just play the game. Don't die.
You have to do it all in one sitting.
I mean, it might save where you're at on there, but I mean, I just did it in one sitting. What I was doing,
Okay.
I got probably 1/3 through the the base game before you unlock 16-bit mode.
Hmm.
So yeah, the messenger, good game, and if you haven't played it, you're missing out.
Well, it is definitely one that I continue to say I need to play.
It's You know what? It might be on my game of the year list. It's really good.
Okay.
It might be. I don't know.
Speaking of those, we should see those on the channel probably
Oh wait, no, that
first
game
week of.
came out. That game came out last year, didn't it?
It might have.
Oh well, the DLC came out this year.
But yeah, you should see our game of the year list show up
Pretty
probably
soon.
first week of January.
If it's not the first week, it'll definitely be the second week. Um, I'll try not to be lazy about it this year.
So those will be individual videos for each of us.
Yay!
So, well, is that it?
Unless you want to talk more Destiny.
I mean, you're always up for talking more Destiny.
Am I? After what I just said?
Well, okay. You just don't want to see this event. That doesn't mean you don't want to play Destiny
I
anymore.
wanted more from the event, and all I earned was an email from Bungie telling me I can go and redeem my papercraft ghost that looks like a gingerbread house. But I have to pay money for that.
Yeah, that's no. That ain't happening. So, well, let's see what have I been playing. Of course, Paladins still playing
Fun game.
through. We have taken a little bit of a break from that. Where the new season starts in a couple weeks, but I've achieved all the goals I want to do, and so now we're kind of putting that on the back burner just for a little bit. We still play a little bit here and there. Um, we'll start back up once the new season starts the first week of January. Uh, but in the meantime, we have started. I bought a couple weeks ago. Knack 2 was on sale for like $5, and I was like, okay,
Hmm.
yeah, definitely gonna. I'll pay $5 for that and play through that. But to get prepared for that, Jake and I have gone back and we started a playthrough of the original Knack. So this is, I think, our fifth playthrough of the game. I think.
Really? Five
Yeah,
times? Wow.
yeah. There was a while there where we would finish the game and we just started a new game immediately and just kept playing through. We were trying to get a bunch of the stuff that you have to play through the game multiple times to get. Um, we didn't end up getting it all, uh, but we wanted to go into Knack 2 fresh and remembering what happened in the first game because it's been a while since we played. It's been a few years now.
That's fair.
And I'm glad we are going back through it because I don't remember some of the stuff that's been happening in the story that happened early in the story of that first game. Um, but we will definitely be finishing that and then going into Knack 2. Hopefully, we can get that done in this couple of weeks between this sort of little mini break for Paladins. Because I'm very interested in playing Knack 2. I really like the first game. I know a lot of people uh, sort of poke fun at those games, but I think they're really fun
I mean,
games to
yeah, if it
play through.
wasn't fun, it would not have been a launch title on PS4. Wait, was it? Yeah, it was a launch title, right?
It was a launch title for the
Yeah,
PS4,
and it definitely wouldn't have a sequel, so it has an audience.
so that we get a Knack 3 as a launch title for the PS5. I know it won't happen. We'll probably never see another Knack game.
No, no, it'll come
Um,
out on Vita. Sad, sad, sad.
so, but no, the one game that I've been playing this week that I downloaded is a mobile game, actually.
You too.
Um, Yeah, I have been playing a mobile game that I got on Play Pass for free. I think it's $2 normally, but it's called OK Golf.
Just okay
Uh,
golf.
just OK Golf. And this is a mobile. It's technically a golf game, but it's really more of a puzzle game. I'm finding
Puzzle games are always
um,
fun.
because it's this sort of it, not really single screen, but sort of single screen golf uh, courses. Each course that I've played so far is 9 holes, and there are about a dozen different courses or so um, that are all themed around different things, like a New England style coastal area with lighthouses on a couple of the holes, a desert area, a Japanese area with cherry blossom tree, cherry trees all
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
place. One of them is built entirely on the rooftops of buildings in Paris. That one's really interesting to play um, because it is really small things, and you have to hit the ball from one building to another. Uh,
Gosh, that that could be
so,
fun.
it actually is really fun, and while it is technically a golf game, like I said, it's more of a puzzle game. Each hole will give you 1, 2, or 3 stars depending on how well you do in the hole. So getting a par will only give you 2 stars. You actually have to get a birdie or better to get 3 stars.
Hmm.
Um, and then gaining more stars will unlock different things. Like there are for each course, there's a time attack mode, which is just finishing the course as fast as you can. There's a championship mode, which I actually haven't played on any of them yet. And then there's free play, which you can go in and you can just pick where you want to start on the course. So if you want to play all 9 holes, just start on the first hole um, and go through. And as you're unlocking those, you're getting more. You're unlocking more golf courses and different modes that you can play in.
Hmm.
Um, and then there are I'm just scrolling through. some of the things here. There's like a snowy winter themed level. There is a Halloween themed level. There's one on the moon. You get to play golf on the moon. So, and that is the last course you unlock.
And it's 1/6 the gravity, so your ball will fly forever.
um, and so while you're playing golf, you're trying to figure out the best, most efficient way to finish the hole. And playing it like a typical golf game might not be the best way. Uh, because there's secret pathways some places where if you want to try to press your luck a little bit, um, you can put the ball onto these small areas that are off in places you wouldn't normally look when you're playing when you're playing a typical golf game.
Right.
So it's been really interesting. Mobile golf games have been uh, a lot of fun. There've been a lot of different types of golf games. There was that one that Shelby and I played forever,
Oh,
which the name of it escapes me right now. I cannot think of what it was called. Um,
desert
that was
golf?
Desert Golf, yeah, where it was the sort of side-scrolling, procedurally generated golf game where it would just go forever and randomly generate new holes for you every time you finished one, and it
Yeah,
just kept.
Shelby was like up to 300 and couldn't do it anymore because he kept getting stuck.
Yeah. So this one is not procedurally generated. This is definitely a purpose built. Each hole is very um, specifically built, and it's a pretty low resolution game too. It's uh, sort of early 3D looking. It's got a grid layout, but um, there's no round edges on anything. So like when you get up to the green where it normally would be rounded, it's 45-degree angles on this grid to try and make circles and things like that. So it's a little bit low res in visuals, which might turn some people off, but don't let that deter you if you're interested in unique golf experiences, because this is definitely one of those things. And like I said, I think it's a couple of bucks. It's not a free to play game. You actually do have, unless you are a Game Pass subscriber on Android or Google. So, and I don't know if this is available on iOS. I haven't looked. So,
Let me take a look real quick.
but
Just O and K golf.
yeah, it's just OK Space Golf. Um, but that is what I have been playing.
Okay,
So
golf. Golf on the go.
there you go. So it is available for iOS. I
Four
would assume it
dollars.
$4. Wow.
Yeah, $3.99. So $4.
Yeah, I think it's only two uh, on Android. So let me see. Just want to check and make sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's $2.99. So it's $3 on Android.
I don't know. For mobile games, that could be
So
a make or break deal right there.
it sometimes can. But I've found for a lot of those experiences, I'd rather just pay a little bit up front and get the whole thing without having to worry about ads popping up and microtransactions and all of that stuff. So I don't play a ton on mobile to begin with. Um, so, but yeah, let's take a quick break, and then instead of news, Ethan had come up with a fun idea for us to do here on the last show of the year. So we'll be right back. Okay, so there wasn't really much news to talk about this week. It's the last week of the year. Most people are probably not even at work. Of course, there probably are a few. But so instead of talking about news, Ethan found this Play Nintendo site, and we are going to go over some of these quizzes with each other. and see how well we can do.
Yeah, I might as well record the footage with this as well.
So, and Ethan has the first quiz here for me, which appears to be all about Luigi's Mansion.
Yes, I do. In fact, the first question on here, and I think these are all related to Luigi's Mansion 3, so
Okay.
should all be very recent on your mind. First question: who created Guigi?
Who created Gooigi? Well, I mean, that seems pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure it was Elvin Gad.
I guess I could have also read the answers that we have. We have Luigi, Professor E. Gadd, King Boo, and Helen Gravely. Gravely? Gravely.
Gravely. Yeah, I'm going with Professor Elvin Gad.
Good, good job, is what it
Good
says.
job. I got the first question right. How many questions are there? Is there 5?
5 in this one.
Okay.
What's the name of Luigi's new ghost hunting tool? Is it
The
Poltergust 5000, Poltergust 3000,
I don't even
Poltergust
need the answers.
G-00, or Virtual Boo Boo?
I like that last one. It is the Poltergust G00
The
or the
G00.
Poltergust Goo.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
You got it.
I got it right.
Professor Egad gives Luigi the upgraded polter. He didn't give it to him. Luigi found it in his car, which sports new functions like slam, burst, and suction shot.
Yep.
Next question. Where do Mario, Princess Peach, and the Toads get trapped? Is it in picture frames, under a rug, inside a wooden barrel, on an elevator?
It's the same place they always get trapped in every Luigi's Mansion game. They are in paintings or picture frames. An elevator is a good choice because the elevator does, play a critical part of Luigi's Mansion 3. But that's not the right answer.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, imagine getting stuck in the elevator. Oh,
it's the picture frames. I've been stuck in an elevator recently. So,
yeah, you were. God, that. But yeah, in picture frames, Luigi's friends have been framed in actual picture frames. They're totally trapped until someone saves them. Next question.
and you use the black light to get them out of the picture frames.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how that works. Which item will bring Luigi back to life if he runs out of health? Boo Finder, Superstar, Gem Finder, or Gold Bone?
I'm not entirely sure how this works because nothing about this item is ever done to, or involves Luigi, and that is you feed a golden bone to Polterpup, and he licks Luigi, and that brings him back to life.
It's more like he sees you sleeping on the ground and he's like, "Hey, I smell something delicious," and he takes the bone out of your pocket.
Yeah, I don't know how giving Polterpup a bone brings Luigi back to life, but that's what happens. That's what you need.
I mean, he gets all that dog slobber on his face, and it's like, yeah, no one can sleep through that.
And I think you can have 3 of them in your inventory at any one
Yes,
time.
yes. And final question: What does what does Helen Gravely put all over her face? Goo, diced paint, vanilla frosting, cobwebs.
Actually, I don't know that I know this one.
I don't either, but based on the choices, there's only one that would make any sense.
I'm I'm gonna say the ghost paint. Ghost
The
paint?
Geist paint.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Okay.
Because vanilla frosting is definitely not frosting. It's too much powder. Cobwebs, well, that's cobwebs, not powder. And
Yeah,
goo, also
that is
not powder.
definitely not goo. So
But she's putting on Geist paint, and she's
it just looks like she's powdering her nose, you know?
yeah, but she's like pink, and everyone else is like flesh color.
Yeah. So I'm wondering why none of the people that go to this hotel at the beginning of the game can realize that there are ghosts that are doing all of the work in very bad costumes.
They're just so smiley.
None of the game makes any sense, but it is incredibly fun. Love that game so much.
Tony, we all know the real reason why they keep going and getting stuck with all these ghosts.
What is that?
Free real estate.
Ah, yes. That's true. That is entirely true. Because it's the whole purpose of the first game. Luigi is a giant sucker.
All right, do you want to take a turn on that now?
Yes, I will. I will now take control from you, and I have a quiz about Mario power-ups for you.
Okay, cool. I think I have your screen recording now.
There are 10 of these. So,
Oh, you enter full screen mode. Wow,
I did.
you're even more professional than I am.
All right, so here you go. Your first power-up question. What can you do? You see the power-up here?
I see a red mushroom.
It is a red mushroom that is staring at you with its soulless eyes.
Is it
What can you
soulless, or is it crying out for help?
Good question. What can you do with this power-up? Hover like a helicopter,
That'd
throw
be fun.
fireballs,
That'd be fun.
glide through the sky,
Yeah.
or grow bigger.
Let's say we grow bigger because that's what you do with the mushrooms in Mario.
That is what you do with the mushrooms in Mario. You need to have the wing cap to hover like a helicopter. In fact, I don't even think you can. You can't even hover. You
It's
just
it.
glide.
The helicopter. There's a helicopter mushroom though.
That is true. That is true. There is. Hey, this one comes with videos,
Oh wow.
so you can see an example of what you can do with this power up. So here you go.
Hey, it's a mushroom. What's gonna happen? He
You
got a
do
thousand
grow
points.
bigger.
I saw that. He got a big score.
So he avoided that squirrel, that flying squirrel, like a
Look in the
pro.
background there of that. You see that tree? That is a giant mushroom.
That is a giant mushroom.
Man, Mario
It's a
World
giant.
is scary.
It's the acorn power up has just grown straight out of the ground into a giant, mighty oak tree. I guess that's what happens. You
Probably.
get a little size boost from a super mushroom, plus the ability to withstand one attack from an oncoming baddie. You can also bust blocks when you're bigger. So there you go. You are correct. Question
Yay.
2. What do you do with this power up? Do you recognize this?
Looks like a flower.
This is the very famous fire flower power up.
You gave it away.
Oh, that's true. So what do? Do you run across water? Do you throw fireballs? Do you slide on your belly? Or do you run up walls?
Well, it's a fire flower, so anything with water would just be really weird.
Sort of,
And sliding and running on
defeat the
walls would
purpose.
also be weird, so we're gonna throw fireballs with the fire flower.
There is a power up that will let you run up walls.
There is also a block that lets you run up walls.
So you say throw fireballs?
Yep.
All right, let's see if you're right. You are correct. Here we go. We can see Luigi here.
Oh, forgot. Bigger
Killing
Goombas took
Goombas
more
with fire.
hits.
Yeah. The big Goombas are hard to kill. So there you go. A fire flower is a red hot item. It grants the ability to throw fireballs. Next question.
All right.
What? Hey, we spoke of
We're
this
just talking about these acorns
just
that
a
look
little
like
while ago.
mushrooms.
Yes, the acorn mushroom. What can you do with this power up? Shrink in size, withstand enemy attacks, grow a pair of wings in quotation marks, or walk on ice without slipping and sliding. I mean, technically, I could see maybe two of these being correct.
You're not shrinking in size because it's a mushroom power up, and it's
Hmm.
not a certain mushroom power up. So that's not it. You can withstand an enemy attack, but
That's not the
that's
main
not what we're
purpose.
looking. That's not what it does.
Okay.
Walk on ice without slipping and sliding. I think that's reserved for penguins. Now it says grow a pair of wings. I don't think that's technically right. I mean wings are in quotations, so
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go with grow a pair of wings, even though it's technically a squirrel.
Yeah, it's a flying squirrel. It's not really wings. It's just folds of skin that unfurl
Oh
and make it.
gosh.
I've had a sugar glider as a pet. They're quite adorable. So you're going with grow a
Yeah, but
pair
I'm
of
just
wings?
yes. I'm just thinking like, does that mean Mario and Luigi grow skin?
Let's not think about that. You are correct. The super acorn power up will make you look like a flying squirrel and glide
Glide
like
like
one
one
too.
too.
Here we go. Let's see an example of this. There's those wings. It
Uh,
also gives him the ability to slam his head on rocks above him.
yes. He has cute little ears on his hat now too.
He does. He does. I actually that I like that power up. The one thing I don't like is when I accidentally touch a wall while using that
Oh
power
yeah,
up.
and you stick to it.
Yeah. So if that was like a button press you had to do where you had more control over it, I might like that power up a little more.
That's fair.
So, next question. What can you do? I will not say what it is now because I don't want to give away the answer. What can you do with this power up?
I
Can
see a
you
flower.
It is a flower. It is a blue flower. It does not have red thorns, so Donkey would not be looking for it.
Okay.
Do you freeze enemies? Do you turn into Peachette? Do you fly through a course with ease, or do you slide across ice on your belly?
Well, based on our clues from the previous flower, and this one is not red but blue, I'm
This
going to
is a
say we
blue flower.
freeze enemies because it's not fire but ice.
Okay, let's see if you are right. You are correct. The ice flower power up lets you toss ice balls to freeze enemies in their tracks. Works really nice against these dry bones here that we will see
It's like the only way to defeat them, really.
an example of.
Which toad is that, by the way?
That looked like Buckenberry. I think it was a blue toad.
Okay. No, he was yellow.
Was it?
Yeah.
Let's see this again. Oh, yep, that's a la gold.
Olive gold. Okay. Is he the one that got replaced, or was it the other one?
He's the one that got replaced. Blue toad is still in the
Rip.
game. Yep.
You will be missed, yellow toad.
All right, next
You'll get
question.
your revenge one day.
What can you do with this power up? This is probably one of the most famous power ups in the Mario series.
Okay. I
Do
see
you
a star.
hover like a helicopter, run across the water, repel all enemy attacks, or swim faster?
You know, none of these are correct because you power up your ship with it, don't you?
That's a different kind of star. That's a
Oh.
Luma.
Okay. All right. All right.
Not the
Just
same
don't
as
let the
this
star
star.
hear you say that.
And then there are, of course, the star sprites. I think they were called star sprites in Paper Mario that you were trying to find. All the star sprites.
Okay. You know,
So,
technically you do move faster with a star, right?
yeah, but you don't swim faster.
Okay. But I mean, if you're moving fast enough, you could run across water.
I think the only way to swim faster is to have the frog
Hmm.
suit.
Okay. I guess I'll just have to
Or,
go with repel enemy attacks.
okay, there are a couple of ways that you could have the frog suit, or in the 3D games, if you have a
You really better hope that none of these show up in the next questions.
Koopa Troopa shell, you can swim faster.
Oh, you could?
So, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if you hold on to it, basically turns Mario into like a mini submarine, and he goes really fast.
Huh.
So you're saying repel enemy attacks.
Yep.
That is correct. Here we go. Toadette is going to demonstrate for us.
Boo, Toadette. Boo this Toad. She stole someone's job.
What? That doesn't just repel the enemy attacks. That just straight up kills the enemy.
Repels the enemy from
Yeah.
life.
You no longer have life. Next question. What can you do with this power up?
Oh, it's cute.
It is a blue mushroom. So does this let you turn into Peachette, fly over enemies and obstacles, slide on your belly, or dash straight up walls?
It is a blue mushroom. He's a little smaller than the
It is
others.
a blue mushroom.
He does not let you turn into Peachette.
No.
I don't think he gives you the ability of flight.
No, not really.
Huh. I don't think you get to slide on your belly on as that either. So that leaves dash straight up walls, but that doesn't make much sense unless it's a mini mushroom.
It has to be a mini mushroom, right?
And if it was,
So
that means you could actually run on water as well because you're too light to sink.
that is true. You do not break the surface tension of the water. So you're going with dash straight up walls?
I sure hope it's right.
All right, you are
Hey,
correct. Here we go, Mario. There's the tiny little blue mushroom. There's the tiny little Mario. Now you get to see him run on the water
and
and then
up
up that
walls.
wall.
See, I didn't know he could dash up walls like just running straight like that.
Yep, he just runs straight up the wall. That's not the spot in the game I thought they would pick. There's one particular area where you have to run up a really tall wall.
Yeah.
Um,
It's also how you go into the mini pipes as well.
yes, where they've cleverly hidden some of the stars you have to get if you're the coins you have to get if you want to get the three bonus coins in the levels.
It's such a chore getting all those.
We spoke of this earlier. What can you do with this helicopter shaped mushroom here?
Looks like a
Uh,
mushroom with a propeller in its head.
do you hover like a helicopter, swim faster, walk on ice, or bust blocks?
Well, you can definitely bust blocks.
That is true.
I think it makes you swim vertically faster, doesn't it?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Hmm. I don't think I've actually been in water very much with that. But I will go with hover like a helicopter for 500, Alex.
All right, hover like a helicopter. You're correct. The propeller mushroom lets you hover like a little helicopter. Wee. Seem very enthusiastic. Here we go, Luigi. Demonstrate for us. There you go. It also makes you fall to the ground slower.
Correct
Oh,
me
he
if I'm
needs to
wrong,
go for
but
that
in
coin.
the Wii version, doesn't it have like helicopter or handles coming from the helmet to hold on to on the
Don't
on there?
know.
I swear
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
Mario with like handles on it before.
I'll have to look into that because I don't remember that.
Hmm. Okay.
Next question. This is question 8 of 10.
Ooh.
What can you do with this power up? It looks like the acorn mushroom,
A
but it
little.
has a letter P on it.
His top part is pale. His bottom side is dark, and he's got a red P.
So does this power up let you swim backwards,
That's
walk
pointless.
on walk on your tiptoes,
Also pointless.
give you unlimited flight,
That'd be fun.
or transform into Peachette?
Hmm. I'm gonna have to go with unlimited flight.
I believe you are correct. That is the right answer. The P acorn gives unlimited flight ability through a course, at least until you take damage. So, but
That's
if you
fair.
do it right, you should be way up above everybody and have no chance of taking damage unless like I think a fire piranha can still hit you.
That's weird.
So, let's see Mario demonstrate the unlimited flight ability here.
Look at all those little peas flying behind him.
Yep.
That level's also really awesome. Just the
Yeah. The visuals. It looks
yes,
like a Van Gogh watercolor painting type thing.
yes. It's been brought to life. It's really neat.
So, all right.
Final
Question
question.
9.
Oh no, second to the final.
No.
Okay.
What can you do with this? The penguin suit's effects are most similar to what other power up? The
Ooh.
ice flower, the fire flower, the mini mushroom, or the super crown?
I didn't actually play the game. This one was well. It is in the game I played, but it wasn't. It was a hidden thing. It wasn't actually a prominent thing to find.
No,
But
this was first in Super Mario Brothers Wii, I believe.
yes, and it was a hidden power up, like New Game Plus in Deluxe.
Yes, in New Super Mario Brothers U.
Yes, and I believe it acted like the fire. Or no, ice flower.
That would be
I
weird.
was looking at the word fire flower.
All right, let's see if you are correct. That is the right answer. The penguin suit gives you the powers of the ice flower, along with better traction on ice, faster swimming, and the ability to slide on
On
your
your
belly,
belly.
as any good Italian plumber should. All right, here's a demonstration.
We, we. Party doesn't stop.
All right, last question for you.
All right.
Oops. What can this power up do?
I knew this was going to be the last one.
Do you transform into Marioette? Do you transform into Luigiette? Do you transform into Nabbit-ette? Or do you transform into Peachette?
I've been on the internet. I know what it does.
It's Bowsette,
That was it,
obviously.
all the way.
100%. Bowsette.
Transforms into Peachette.
Transforms into Peachette. That is correct. The Super Crown transforms Toadette and only Toadette. You can't turn Luigi into Peach. It's not
Nintendo
possible.
making a stand right there.
Into the superpowered Peachette, giving her the ability to double jump and perform Peach's floating jump. Here we go. You can see Toadette.
Wrong
That's
video,
not right.
Nintendo.
Nintendo, you screwed up.
Rip.
That's a star, not a super crown.
Both videos were labeled Toadette. That's what it was.
At least they had Toadette in the video, and not like Luigi.
All right, cool. So that's 10 out of 10. You got a 5 out of 5. We're 100% still.
Yep. All right. So do you have? We'll each do one more quiz for the other one.
Okay.
You have one for me.
Am I sharing screen with you?
Yes, I can still see the screen. I can see your screen.
Okay, you have to turn your screen share off if it's doing that weird thing.
Hold on. I thought I had.
Let me look. No, maybe. No, yours is still on.
Oh.
So I can see you viewing my. There we go. People at home getting to see this will be like, "What is going on?" Okay, which
All
one
right.
did you want to do?
Yeah, they had the
This one?
ghost quiz.
5 more questions.
All right.
1 second. These are ghostly question. Thanks. I was trying to read that. These are a ghostly gallery of trivia questions. They're related to Luigi's Mansion. We'll just go with that. What does Chauncey, I think I read that right, throw at
Yep.
you before the boss fight? Is
This is
it?
the first. This is the first big boss fight. You have a couple of sort of mini boss fights with his parents
Yes, this is
before.
from the first Luigi's Mansion game. Does he throw teddy bears, rocking horse, balls, or books?
So at the beginning of that boss fight, I think two rocking horses come in and they get thrown at you. If I'm correct. Unless they're talking about before you get sucked into the boss fight. But I'm gonna go with the rocking horses because when the fight first starts and you're laying on the bed that you get transported onto, I think it's those rocking horses.
Rocking horse. Final answer.
Yep. No.
Oh, it was
What?
teddy bears.
I think that does happen before the actual boss fight. So that must be what they're talking about.
Yep, before the boss fight.
So, and that's before you're even on the bed. I was thinking at the very beginning of the boss fight, the
But that would
rocking
be
horse is
inside
coming
the
in.
boss fight.
So,
They got you there.
okay, I'll give them that one.
Which instrument must be played before melody? Gosh, I cannot pronounce that name. Will appear.
Pianissima.
Yes. Is it the harp, drums, standing bass, or all of the above?
The correct answer is all of them. You have to
All?
start every single instrument in that room, and there's like 8 of them.
Yeah, I mean, if you count like the different bongos and all that. You are correct. All instruments.
So there's like the kettle drums and the xylophone. I think there's a saxophone. Uh,
There's like a whole band in there, man.
yeah.
Melody has a surly disposition despite her ability to play moving melodies on the piano, such as Super Mario Bros. 3's main theme.
Yep.
To lure her out, you need to tap all the different instruments to make them play a classic song. And these awkward silences are me drinking water, which you can probably hear because my throat's like dry and everything.
You're a bit sick.
I'm trying to get over the sick. And speaking of that, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. All right. Third question. Henry and Orville Redenbacher are the old are the older brothers to which portrait ghost? Miss Petunia, Biff Atlas, Chauncey, Spooky.
I don't recognize the name Spooky.
I don't
Um,
either, but I think I know who it is, but I don't recognize it.
I mean, the obvious answer is Chauncey, who is the baby ghost.
The first
He's
major boss, yes.
yeah. Um, with these guys, they've got the airplane in their room that you've got to get spinning really fast. I'm going with Chauncey.
Good job, you got it.
Oh,
I think Spooky is the. You know what? I
is
better
the
not. Just
dog?
just keep that one in mind for when we get done. I will tell you because
Okay.
if it shows up in this, it's going to be a good one.
All right.
By the way, these are the two 5-year-old twins that like to play hide and seek.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that hide and seek thing. So frustrating sometimes because you have to find them both, and they are in. There's like 7 or 8 different boxes in the room that they can appear,
There's like
and
four blocks,
you have
maybe five.
no. There's quite a few, and you have to get both of them back to back. If you miss one, then you have to go out of the room and come back in to reset it.
Okay, fourth question. The Clockwork Soldiers tried to stop Luigi from reaching which location? A bathtub, the roof, Professor Egad's laboratory, or the front door?
These guys are very late in the game, and right after you fight them, you gain access through one of those doors that's behind them. You can see there to the roof. There's an elevator to the roof in their little guardhouses.
So the roof is your final
The
answer.
roof is my final answer.
Good job.
Boom!
Oh, okay, so last question. Which of these things will not help Madame Clairvoya find Mario? Mario's smelly shoe, Mario's manly mustache, Mario's fashionable hat, Mario's adjective gloves. Yeah, I had nothing on that one.
So, as you're playing through the original Luigi's Mansion, you're finding bits of Mario's outfit all over the place. And the one of these things that cannot come off of his body is his mustache. So, it will not help Madame Clairvoyant find Mario.
But if it did, she would find him right away.
Oh, absolutely.
You are a
Absolutely.
gifted ghost hunter. You got 4 out of 5.
Woohoo!
Spooky, I believe, is the one that you fight in when you go outside. There's a doghouse, and you go into the doghouse and it teleports you to the graveyard.
Oh, is he the Spooky is the guard dog. Okay. I just looked him up.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know he actually had a name. Or I just don't remember it. So, Spooky is the guard dog. But you have to give him a bone.
Okay, your turn for another one, or do you want to call it quits there?
We can do one more. Let me see which one is good. You said the Captain Toad one you think you could do?
I could probably do Captain Toad,
Uh,
or maybe the Pokemon that Pokemon one. Oh, where is it?
the square Pokemon?
I could probably do that one if they're using like nothing from like the newer generations, like the last 3.
Let's see.
Or I could probably do the Kirby one with the abilities in there.
There's only 4 questions on that one. I'm going to go with the Captain Toad one.
Okay, how many's on that one?
6.
Oh, that's good.
So, all right. Let's see here. Let me share my screen with you again.
All right.
And we'll go into full screen mode. All right. So here we go. You've 6 questions about Captain Toad's treasure tracker. So the first question, these beauties come in groups of 3 and make Toadette smile with glee. Are they the Pluck Patch, the Super Gem, the Turnip, or moles?
Those are called plug patches. I didn't know that's what that
I thought
was.
they were just plants.
That's kind of cute. We don't see too many terms, but they do. I do know those show up in like 3 or 4. Let's go with super gems because those are always in groups of 3.
Just like most bonus items in Mario games, you try to collect these little treasures on each stage in the game. That mole is adorable.
It is.
All right, question 2. These things are real blockheads, but they can do serious damage. Are they the Mummy Me's, Flaptours, Wingo, or Stumper? I mean, I think the answer is
Yeah, I was about to say
it's pretty clear what they're talking about.
they're talking about Mummy Me. No,
Ah,
let's go with Stumper.
that is correct.
I
Toadette
can't
can't.
help but feel a little cheated on this one.
Toadette can't attack a Stumper, but she can walk on top of it. Well, that's just rude.
How dare she? Unless
Walk
that's
all
what they
over.
like, then that's fine, I guess.
All right, question 3. If you pull up one of these, you can find great stuff underneath. Is it the Pluck Patch, the Mole, the Turnip, or the Super Gem? They're giving away the answer in all these Captain Toad questions.
Yeah, let's go look at another one instead.
That's not cool, man. They're just like, here, look, this is the answer is right here in this picture. Just
It's
say what is in the
obviously aimed
picture.
for a very young audience.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
What
go
about
down, go down, go down. Keep going. It's gonna be a ways down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Go, go, go. Right there on the left.
the Kirby quiz?
Yeah, let's take a look at that one.
All right, let's see if you can match Kirby
1 to 6.
Kirby
Okay, all right.
enemies with their abilities. Who gives Kirby the artist ability? Vividria, Biospark, Broomhatter, or a Parasol Waddle
Okay,
Dee?
this is a little easier than I expected. Vividria.
Vividria. That is correct. Question 2. Who gives Kirby the Parasol ability? Yeah, these are
Oh,
easy
oh
questions too.
gosh. Okay, yeah. Parasol Waddle Dee. Great.
Who gives Kirby the ninja
Probably
ability?
Biospark.
The one that's dressed like the ninja.
I thought his name was Ninja.
I thought it was too. Who gives Kirby the cleaning ability?
Broom Hatter.
Who gives Kirby the cook ability?
Chef Kawa, Kawasaki.
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki. Gosh.
And lastly, who gives Kirby the spider ability?
Como.
The spider. There you go. You
Genius
got
man.
6 out of 6
Yes.
Kirby questions right.
Uh,
Uh,
jeez. I wanted some challenge at least.
all right,
God.
let's try this. Let's see. Nintendo Labo.
I
I own all of the Labo kits.
Okay, let's take a look at it.
So let's see here. What does the cardboard antenna do on the Toy-Con RC car? Uh,
It
does it?
doesn't do anything. The developers just liked it.
That is actually the correct answer. The antenna doesn't do anything.
Good. I know nothing about Labo other than it exists, so
It is literally just the piece of cardboard sticking off the end
I
of the.
kind of assumed that based on the looks because it's not really doing anything. It's cardboard.
What was the first project they made? Okay, these are questions I might not know. Uh, a submarine, a tank, a bicycle, or a scooter? I'm gonna go with a tank. Ah,
Nice.
that looked like pedals on a tank. So,
I was thinking something similar to that. I was like, yep.
which game did the developers first create using Joy-Con controllers and the IR motion camera? A sumo wrestling game, a racing game, a fishing game, or a nose picking game? I
Uh,
don't want to be sticking IR cameras up my nose. I'm going with the sumo wrestling game.
okay.
Oh, it was the nose picking game.
I was thinking nose picking game. I was like, that's a little
What?
gross,
What?
but
That seems like a WarioWare type thing.
that might have been the idea.
And then what is the Nintendo Labo design logo designed to look like? A Switch, a pair of Joy-Con controllers, a box with a small opening, or a blank slate? I
A
think
box with
it's
a small
probably a
opening.
box because everything's made out of cardboard. Yeah. The small opening shows the box isn't closed. You can open it to see how things work.
So they're giving us permission to open our switches up.
That is right. That's exactly what that says. I looked at this one, I was like, but this Lost and Found quiz, but I even though I've recently played the game, I couldn't tell you where any of those items were found.
Oh gosh, yeah, I wouldn't know where they're at either. It's
I just know you get all of those items.
I think
Um,
I think like the base or something was the last one. The first one might have been your uh uh thing with the little jingly dillies on it.
I don't remember. So, all right. Well, there you go. That was just a fun little way to end 2019. So,
They weren't really supposed to be hard questions, but I really wanted something more than like, hey, your answer's right here.
yeah. Next week, we will be doing our predictions for 2020. And then you should also see the Game of the Year videos popping up. So, be on the lookout for that. But that will be the show for this week. So, thank you, Ethan, for being here. 2019 was a good year. I'm hoping 2020 is even better.
We'll have to find out. I mean, March is going to have a ton of games coming out this year.
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh gosh, that's coming out too. Wow.
That should have a demo that's supposed to be coming out pretty soon.
Yes, it should.
So I will definitely be downloading the demo for Final Fantasy VII and playing that when it is available. So,
Me too.
all right. Well, that will be it. So we'll see everybody next week.
Bye, everyone.
If you want to reach out to us, we have new ways to do so. You can email us at procedurallygeneratedent@gmail.com. If you like what we do, you can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/pgent. Patreon supporters get the video version of the podcast a day early. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/progenint. Check out our YouTube channel, and we still have that famous Facebook group where you can interact with us on a daily basis as well.